Hi, it's week 8 of my video diary for the Shrink Yourself programme, and I'm very pleased to say that I'm in a much happier space this week than I was at week 7 last week. What I hadn't mentioned is that over the last 2 weeks I've been on holiday, and although very happy and thoroughly enjoyed the holiday, the issues of food, the temptations to eat a certain way because I was on holiday, overwhelmed me towards the second week, or I felt overwhelmed by them. And having made a decision, because we were travelling to the coast in the UK, to have fish and chips, it's very much what you do when you're over here, and I was nervous about it, but thought, yes, I deserve this. I'm going to really enjoy it. Took one bite of the fish covered in batter and thought, ooh, I didn't like the taste of the batter, how greasy it was. So having had another bite just to make sure that's really how I felt, I didn't really need the second one, but I did. I then proceeded just to eat the fish and some of the chips and the mushy peas, and I thought, great. So I managed I sort of controlled the portion. I made good decisions in the face, literally with the food in front of me, and that felt really good. So a couple of days later, I thought, yes, I started to think more and more about how food, the food I was feeling deprived of because I was on holiday. So there were temptations like ice cream and various other things. So I made some decisions to, today I'm going to have a bit of this because it's what I fancy, and it's traditionally something that we've, always enjoyed on holiday, and I did, and then very quickly after, the next few days seemed to be, my mind was just completely occupied by what could I eat today and what would I allow myself, and I got very worried about how that all was feeling, and how important it was becoming in my mind, how much I was obsessing about what my next treat would be, and really became concerned about my ability to bounce back after these indulgences. So I reached out to the community on the Shrink Yourself programme, posted on the forum, and you know what? The replies that I received were kind, wise, timely. To have people that have been there, done that, and can repeat back to you certain things from the programme that just remind you of how to be gentle with yourself, how to use the 10 healthy habits of emotional eating, or an emotional eater, to really get back on track. It was, I can't thank them enough really for their intervention, if you like, because I was able to forgive myself and think, hang on a minute, you really are beating yourself up about what? Trying to enjoy yourself, and the fact that I'd recognised that the food was becoming to mean too much, if you like, meant that I was really aware of it, so that was a good thing, and that's something I could do, I could deal with. So advice like, come on, who doesn't indulge themselves on holiday? Enjoy yourself, but then bounce back as soon as you can afterwards. Be gentle with yourself. And one of the other bits of advice from one of my fellow community members was just to try one or two of the elements of the 10 healthy habits for an emotional eater. And that was a really useful sort of step-by-step approach to returning back to the programme. So incredibly grateful for those wise words at a time that felt not a crisis, but I did feel that, what if I've lost it? What if I, can't get it back, and can't assert a level of control over my eating again? So, it's been a tricky time, and I although I did have a great holiday, I felt myself very nervous on returning, thinking, re-establish some focus, and because we'd been walking every day on holiday, quite, all day, I weighed myself very tentatively, thinking, "Ugh, what am I going to find?" I'd actually lost weight, so what was I worrying about? And if anything, it's given me an extra boost to believe that, you know, to sort of test my body and to think, okay, and to test myself, this is what I can handle, this is what I can do. It's all part of the learning process, which this very much is, and it takes time because I'm changing my life, changing me, changing how I think, and how I approach food. And I think these things don't happen overnight, so sometimes it's really, really valuable to be reminded just to be kind of gentle with yourself, especially if you're anything like me and really kind of expect to do it all yesterday. So a very valuable learning experience, and just great support from the community. Another, you know, wonderful resource that this programme offers. And I look forward onwards and upwards for next week. Thanks. Bye.